Hello all, greetings for the day. This is Ambika Solis, welcome you all to Positive Thoughts. I keep on getting queries like, as of now this emotional intelligent quotient is very clear what it is all about and so on. But still, how do we practice that so that it comes naturally in reality? No, don't worry. There is one of the tools which you can also use it to practice to naturally exhibit your emotional intelligent quotient in reality. That is nothing but WAC. Watch or observe, analyze and conclude. So you try to start observing the instances and situations wherein emotional intelligent quotient can be exhibited, or what could have been done better to contribute to emotional intelligent quotient. Okay, so you're just analyzing the situation and try to validate people's behavior whether it is fitting into the emotional intelligent quotient aspect or not. So that is how you try to analyze and then conclude the emotional intelligent quotient related behavior, and one or the other day you would also be expert in contributing to emotional intelligent quotient. Okay, so I used this tool personally sometime back, some 3 weeks before or something. I thought I would share with you all so that you could also resonate well with respect to like how do you practice that in reality. Okay, so 3 weeks before we fixed this external tire pressure monitoring system in our vehicle, in our car. Yeah. And there was an error popping out from the system saying that it has to be fixed, okay, because it was recently installed. And then we want to go to the service center and fix it. So I was driving the car and my husband was sitting in the co-driver's seat. So we used to exchange the driving. That was the day that when I started driving. Yeah, I was driving. And right after I started driving, I realized that this fuel going to be empty warning sign is on. Okay, this yellow warning was on. So I choose the very first fuel station from my home to fill the tank. And after going there, I parked there near the filling area, and I was still sitting in the driver's seat. And my husband told that the tank has to be filled, and he started looking into the mobile app, Honda app, for entering the fuel log. Okay, and suddenly he realized that that lady who's filling, she started filling petrol. 4 to 5 liters would have already been in. So he immediately got down and told to the ladies that please stop filling immediately. And later she realized that yes, because even this text, the diesel text was very clear in the vehicle. Even then she missed it. It's okay, mistake happens. Okay, and she started convincing my husband, saying that it's okay, only 4 to 5 liters of petrol is in. So I will revert to the diesel line, then it is okay. And my husband told that no, it is okay, it is fine. Please don't fill anymore. I'll take care. The vehicle needs attention. I will take care. Actually, now I started putting this table. Okay, the situation is there, and I need to validate, the people's behavior to check that whether it is fitting with emotional intelligent quotient aspect or not. So I felt that's a very good situation, even though the situation was not so good actually in reality. I actually took that as an opportunity to use this tool called WAC. Okay. So I started putting 2 columns. Like one is like the people's behavior fitting with emotional intelligent quotient, meaning the aspects of it, and then the next column is like the behavior where it is not fitting with emotional intelligent quotient. Okay, so my husband would have scolded the lady, saying that basically why this petrol and diesel should not be mixed together is like both of the fuel's properties are different. Okay, there is a mismatch in the property. Diesel is something like in the compressed air, when the diesel droplets are being spread there, it gets ignited, it gets burnt, and then that is how the engine is running. But for the petrol, it is like initial ignition is required, and after that the fuel gets burnt, and then that is how the engine would be running. So when you mix these two kind of the mismatched property fuel together, what happens is like the fuel pump, when it sucks this kind of mixed thing, the bearings may be impacted due to the difference in property. And worst case, you may also have to replace your engine, which is very cost consuming kind. But my husband would have chosen would have started scolding the lady, saying that don't you know the property of fuel, the petrol and diesel are not the same, you should not mix it together, don't you know the physics behind that? Like that, in anger he should have shouted, but he didn't choose that way. So his behavior was exactly fitting to the emotional intelligent quotient. There is the very least chance that the lady could know about the physics or science behind it. So he told that please stop fueling. That is what is a containment action required. So he chose that path, and then he immediately switched off the engine, battery, everything, because it has to be pushed only away from it. Because when you start, you start ignition and then start accelerating, what happens is like the fuel pump attached to the fuel tank would suck this compressed, the fuel, and then when it gets into this fuel line, right, it may damage the bearings and other stuff. So he started pushing the vehicle, and immediately the manager came out running, saying that he apologized from himself, saying that so it was a mistake from our side, we will correct it, don't worry, please be seated, I'll call one mechanic, he'll come immediately and fix it. Do you want to get dropped at home? So that because it takes some time, so we don't want to waste your time, so we will fix it up and then give you a call. You can come and collect the vehicle. And here is a place where I have observed this emotional intelligence quotient being exhibited from two different people. Okay, one is this manager. He could have scolded the lady right away, saying that why did you do that? Why did you mix this the petrol and diesel together and making things annoying? Like that he would have shown. He didn't scold anything like that, and he also was very empathetic towards us, saying that do you want to get dropped at your home? Because why do you want to waste the time? Other thing is like another behavior exhibited is like from my husband, saying that he also said to the manager politely, saying that it's okay, mistake happens, we will wait here and we will take it until it is stabilized, we will wait. But at the same time he also turned to me and asked that whether I want to get dropped there at home or what, because of other important work. And I didn't choose to leave because I started using the tool, so I have to watch the people's behavior to validate that whether it is fitting with the emotional intelligence quotient or not. So I choose to stay there. So we were staying there, and mechanic has come already. And then he chose the easiest way to fix the problem, meaning that he opened the bonnet, and then he wanted to cut this injector, the line near the injector. And when you press this engine, battery on or something, this fuel pump attached to the fuel tank, this will suck this mixed liquid, and all the mixed fuel, this would get drained through the cut region of this near this injector section. But my husband had a little doubt that maybe once this entire fuel line, right, when it is filled with this mixed fuel, it might damage the bearing. He has got a doubt, so he just told mechanic to stop that option, and then he told that let me give a call to my service center, just 2 minutes call only, just for the extra the expert consultation only, then we will proceed. So when he started talking to the service person, he told that no, please don't cut this line near this injector because it might damage the bearing, like as my husband predicted. And then he told like only there are two options. One is the vehicle should be towed to the service center, and then we will fix it up. Otherwise, if you are doing it on your own, then please remove the fuel tank entirely, and then from there you empty the tank and refill it. And we thought like anyhow the mechanic has already come, so why we can proceed in that way. So my husband chose the option 2, meaning the mechanic has to remove the fuel tank completely out of the car and then empty the fuel tank. And now that 3 more mechanics also has come, because it is little tedious to remove it is not a usual thing, removing the fuel tank out of the car. So with hydraulic jacks and all, the car was tilted to the one direction, and then it was removed. Okay, and now after it has been removed, we need to connect some external pump to the fuel tank, removed fuel tank, so that the mixed fuel, right, it is getting sucked out of the fuel tank. So when he started trying that, what happens is like the liquid was not getting sucked. Okay, and my husband, being a chief marine engineer in VLCC ship, he knows this versatility of pump, motors and other high-end engines. So he told like no, we will do, it's very basic thing only, but still he told like as a hint, saying that let's fill that fuel line, that outlet connected to the external pump, right, like to suck this fuel out. Let's fill that line connecting to the external pump with the same mixed liquid. The reason being very simple. Even with positive displacement logic of the pump, to suck the the mixed fuel out, it has to be, the priming has to be done, because the air would have already been filled in the line of the outlet connected to the external pump. So unless or until the priming is done, meaning that the liquid is filled with the the outlet line, the sucking is not going to happen. This is a very simple thing. Here is another instance where I have realized this emotional intelligent quotient being exhibited. My husband would have scolded him because it is also time consuming. The more time is also going in troubleshooting kind of things. So he should have also scolded him, saying that, don't you know that priming is required even with positive displacement logic in place? But he never told that because he wanted to have a collaborative approach of solving the problem together. So he told we can fill. He didn't even use the term called priming, okay? Because sometimes when you say the terms like that, don't you know the priming has to be done like that, they would have become annoyed, saying that, sir, please be seated somewhere there, we will try to solve it and give you a call. Even that tendency can also happen. So he never used the term priming, but he told that the line has to be filled with liquid. Then they got where exactly they done a mistake. So then they started filling the outlet connected to the external pump with the mixed liquid. Then the entire thing started getting sucked. Okay. So after it is getting emptied, so the vehicle being pushed near to the filling station, and then we started filling this diesel. Actually, we were having some 9 liters, just before coming to fuel station, we were having 9 liters, which was already in, got spoiled due to this mix of diesel and petrol. So the manager was so, kind enough to say that this 9 liters fuel can be filled, the diesel can be filled at free of cost, and the remaining fuel only we have to pay. So we paid for the remaining fuel, then came out. Okay. So this is an excellent classical example where I just use this WAC tool to understand that how the emotional intelligence quotient is fitting into the people's behavior. Okay. And in this situation, this WAC situation, what I'm trying to explain now, there is 100% exhibit of emotional intelligence quotient being observed from my husband. Okay. You may wonder that how can a wife says that husband is 100% correct. Sometimes it happens. Okay, so through this tool, WAC tool, you try to use this tool to practice your emotional intelligence quotient, so that it comes naturally in reality. Very simple tool. You start analyzing the situation, instances, to validate that whether the people's behavior is matching with the emotional intelligence quotient or not, or what he or she should have done better to contribute more to the emotional intelligence quotient. And I will see you all with one another interesting episode soon. Until then, this is Ambika Sole signing off. Let your mind and soul be filled with high rays of positive thoughts. Thank you.